What's up, everybody? My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin USD analysis video. Now, I'm sitting a bit weird because I have a guest with me today, and drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun.
Special guest is Shawn Dexter.
All right, do the whole good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Shawn Dexter. I welcome you back to the Manga Grove for your daily Bitcoin USD analysis video, led today by your host, Krisha.
I mean, by all means, you can take over.
No, go ahead.
But yeah, here we are, guys. So we figured we'd do a quick analysis video together today because
It's the weekend. We're actually just enjoying a couple of drinks. It's a beautiful day outside. Sun is bright. The birds are chirping. We were doing it the mango way. You can see the look on her face. He's stealing the show. But we decided, you know what, we'll throw out a video anyways because, hey, we love you guys that much. That much.
we really do. But yeah, here we are, guys. BTC USD on the hourly time frame. Now, something very different happened. Not different, but something rather bearish happened this afternoon. Okay, until well, we closed over. So right now I'm on the 1 hour time frame. Now, if you just pan it over to your 4 hour, look at that 21 EMA and just this was a bit painful for me, okay, because I actually, I took a short. So as soon as we broke the 21 EMA to the downside and the second candle, the second 4 hour open, I actually took a short on that 21 EMA. And I said, okay, guys, you know, this is going to be the retest of the 21 before we come back down and we basically hit that, this line right here, guys, that I have as a line segment, that is the daily 200 MA. So I was anticipating price to actually make its way down there, but it actually didn't. And we, you know what, we closed over, and I'm like, shit. I remember even saying it on the Telegram chat that what a damn fake out. What a damn fake out.
And this is exactly what I was talking about on the video I did, I think yesterday I did one, where I'm not too interested in playing the lower time frames because of shenanigans like this that tend to happen, especially over the weekends. Just before CME is opening up on Monday, you're going to see a lot of this. So look at that. We broke the trend, and then we broke the trend to the downside again by making a higher high right over there on the 4 hour time frame, right? This is the kind of FE you don't want to deal with if you're already sitting in a nice position. And I'm sitting in a very, very nice position all the way from down over here. So I'm enjoying my position. But when you have a good position, guys, don't try to get too cute. Krisha tried to get too cute. And hey,
yeah, and I think a lot of people online, at least, they were looking at this sort of this price consolidation over here as a potential sort of head and shoulders. But if you kind of look at the volume profile, it is not that of a head and shoulders, actually.
Didn't I say, by the way, it looks so obvious that it's not going to play out?
Yeah.
It looks so obvious. That's
that was definitely not a head and shoulders. When I took my play, it was not based on the pattern. It was based on the break of the 21 EMA. And more often than not, we see if it follow through, you know, like you'll see that break, you'll see the retest, and you come back down. I think the 4 hour is a solid time frame to be playing your EMAs on. I mean, that cannot be said for all time frames, but I think the 4 hours relatively, you know, it's been relatively good in terms of just the probability.
It was a good play. The thing is, if you're playing the strategy, you got to take the play anyways. And if you lose, you lose. Just because you lose does not mean it's a bad trade. Yeah. Remember that, guys. Just because you lose, it does not mean it's a bad trade, right? As long as you're following your plan. Krisha had a plan that she was going to take that trade, and it's just what it is. You're not going to win every single trade. It's a probability game after all, right? But I will say one thing. The mango vine was telling you to go long over there. Okay, that was a long signal, and you should pull that.
Yeah. So the thing is that, and you know what sucks is that I usually, more often than not, I'm always looking at that vine. I have it as a template right up here, right? So I usually pull it up, and I kind of have a system where I go through everything, and The one time I miss it, guys. The one time I miss it. So this is the mango vine right here, right? And you know, we should actually call it the mango vine windicator because man, it's been winning. But
So there have been a few people in the seed program who have been trading this so aggressively and making a shitload, way more than even me. They were making fun of me this afternoon because they have been winning with it way more than me.
let's
Krisha,
let's pull that up actually. That's actually quite funny. Guys, I kid you not. This kid, he spent nights coding, okay, and back testing the shit out of this indicator, and he's like one of the only ones who does not use it. I just use it to trend trade on the higher time frames. It's become a running joke, okay? Like, check this out.
So in the seed program, they all use it way more than I do, and these guys are crazy, man. These guys are nuts.
Let's look at this. Here it is. So here you have Robert that actually took a trade off of, he took a trade on Neo, and he did it based on the Vine indicator, right? And I mean, a lot of guys have been killing it with the Vine. And here you have, T-Bab. So you have T-Bab here.
That's T-Bab.
You got Robert, okay? And then you have Shawn. You guys always make me feel bad about not using the Vine enough.
T-Bab actually added it to his mobile template too. But Robert is he deserves it though, because he's taken the effort and back tested it not just on altcoins but also like traditional markets. That guy works hard. That guy works really hard. Yeah. By the way, guys, you guys should big shout out to Robert from the Mango Grove as well as Mango Seed, of course. But this guy is a entrepreneur. True and true. He is a trader and he owns his own business. Multiple businesses. He's like an inspiration. You have some good people in there, and
there's some amazing people in the seed program, and some amazing conversations definitely take place on there. But what is to note in this conversation right here was everyone was pulling Shawn's leg, because I kid you not, guys, he's one of the only ones in here that does not use it, but he doesn't use it as frequently as everyone else. And man, the signals.
It's because here's the thing. I'm a more conservative trader, and I don't like changing my. Okay, you know what? You guys haven't felt the pain of breaking your system the way I have. Not all of you, at least. Like, I'm pretty sure some of you on YouTube, some of our audiences have felt the pain, but I found something that works for me and I'm sticking with it, and I'm slowly assimilating the Vine into my trading system. As you guys, I've been talking about it more too, right? I took this big trade that I'm sitting on. It was because of the 12-hour Vine, and I've been keeping an eye on the 12-hour Vine.
Let's actually go and take a look at the call. So I was feeling kind of crappy that I missed this one like for the first time. So we got a call right here, I believe. So for those of you who have the Vine, you know exactly what I'm talking about when you kind of look at this right now. So we got a call right here. Okay, that was the first long. This is the fake out, guys, by the way, that I got caught in, where I actually went short on the retest of the 4-hour 21 EMA. So that was the call I took, but the Vine, it gave you a call to go long, like start building a position here. And what do you know? Shortly after we got this this move to the upside, the second one was where, Shawn? I think, yeah, it was here, right here. This was the second call to go long, basically start building a position, and this right here was your third call.
That was a good one.
Oh man, that was a really good one.
I took that one. That one I took. I took that one.
So yeah, this was so 3 really good consecutive calls,
No, 4 actually, because what was the previous one? It was right here, right?
Oh right, yeah, that's right. That was a really good one. That was a really good one.
That was the big one. That was the big one. So the one right after the 12-hour, usually the 1-hour call that comes right after the 12-hour, right? We're giving away too many secrets over here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's talk about something else. Okay, so Krisha, by the way, while she did take a loss on this trade over here, she's been winning big on her TRX trade. So look at her charts. Oh my god, I can't trade on her.
Okay, it's messy. It's messy, guys. But man, just look at the TRX chart though. It's like so body. But I don't know. I've been winning a lot with the TRX chart, so I'm feeling fairly comfortable with the chart, and that's why I like playing it. But the few things I spotted over here is, well, there are a bunch of patterns playing out, as you can see on my chart right now. This is the 1 hour time frame on Tron BTC. This is the Binance exchange. Now we have this symmetrical triangle that broke to the upside, and then it started forming another symmetrical triangle. So it's like a pattern getting into a pattern, and then we just had another break to the upside of this one. Now, yeah.
The thing about these altcoins is so weird. I hate it. It's because these things actually follow these patterns pretty damn well, and that's
you shouldn't hate it though. As in, like it's like good plays, eh? Like I remember. But
look at this, okay? Let's turn on the 4R21 and just ignore it. For example, like. I don't know. Like Link you can't compare TRX to Link.
Okay, maybe not. But I remember when we first got in, which was around the bottom, it just kept forming these ascending triangles, and they were so neat. They were so neat. It's like you basically buy on the break, the retest of the break, and boom, you get a good 15% to the upside.
So you're talking about Link right now, right?
Yeah, so I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah. But those ascending triangles are horizontals. You see, they're horizontal lines that you're playing. The top of the ascending triangle is horizontal. That's easier to play than, at least for me than this. That's one of the reasons why I don't like, and it's not I don't like them, it's just I like taking easy plays, I like taking stress-free plays. By the way, check your your OBS. Did you hide the thingy? Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Cool. I've made that mistake so many times. I've had a screenshot up and then it's covered the video throughout.
Just had the screenshot. But Shawn, I am pattern queen, so that's the first thing I look for.
Yeah, Krisha knows patterns way more.
I am pattern queen. Yeah, this is what we have right now. So this is the TRX chart. Now, I think Bitcoin is actually doing something rather interesting. Now, the question is, Bitcoin looks like it wants to rip. What do you think, Shawn? What do you think of the current consolidation that Bitcoin is in? Do you think we can rip up? Now, for my last video, I showed you as well this horizontal that we have smack above us at 9,560. And remember, I was showing you this thing as soon as we close over? It's like a quick move to the upside. So basically the next resistance, which is sitting at 10.8K.
Yeah. So it's funny, actually, Rohan from Mango Seed, he pointed out something very similar to what you said. He said that he's looking at a certain pattern, and he said that he's expecting a move to 10 point something, and then a move back down to 8.9. And that is what I think will happen. If there's one way to really screw over, because from what I gather, a lot of people are waiting for this move. Okay, a lot of people are waiting for this move right over here. I'm waiting for it too, because I'll add to my position, okay? But what I don't want to do is lose my current position, and this never happened. 8.9 not happen, at least not happen in the short term.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm willing to give up profits, but I'm not willing to lose my position.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
So that may happen where Krisha's mouse also works the other way.
This is my new setup, guys, so I'm getting
so
really
I'm expecting
excited.
Maybe something like that. I don't know. Like, here's the thing, right? Anybody telling you they know exactly what's going to happen with the markets or with the charts, they're bullshitting you, man. They're bullshitting you. You don't know what's going to happen. You can only play the probability, and that's why I always stress the stress-free way. We took a trade over here. We're sitting in a stress-free position. Now, no matter what happens, I know what my plan is, and I'm going to sit through my plan, man. I'm not going to try and get greedy. I'm not going to try and milk every single dollar out of every single move. Just going to let it happen, man. Just going to let it happen. If it comes down, I have a plan to add. If it goes up, I'm in the trade. No matter what now, I'm winning, right? Isn't that a good position to be in?
Yeah, I think you're right in that, you need to have a plan. But in order to really build a plan, I feel like you first need to have a system in place. I think that can really solidify how you enter, certain sort of coins, Bitcoin or any other altcoin or whatever. It's about having that system in place that will help guide your plan.
And have an execution system for executing your system. We were talking about today in the seed program, we are giving Inspector Crypto. some tips, and we were reminiscing back to our days when we were starting. What we had actually done, guys, we actually printed out a set of rules before every trade to follow. We had stuck it above our computers, and we were like, if this, do this, if that, do this, if this, do that. And one of the rules I do remember was, is the trade moving too fast for you? And if so, don't take the trade, right? Because you can't make decisions when you're new. You can't make decisions fast enough. Good decisions fast enough.
I feel like you tend to FOMO. It's so easy to just not look at anything because you're just price is pretty much just pumping on you, and then you just tend to just be like
or dumping on you. You got to have some ground rules pre-written when you're on a clear state of mind, and then when things are happening, trust the person who wrote the rules for you when he was in a clear state of mind, or she was in a clear state of mind. Trust that person and know that if you're breaking the rules, you're breaking the rules of a person who is thinking clearer than you are right now. That's right. What I told myself. And honestly, man, that was one of the big things for me that helped me take it to the next level. And then it just became habit. Right?
You don't question the person that had like a certain level of objectivity at the time. Of really kind of making those rules.
And this is another reason why I say keep it simple. Keep it simple. Because if you're adding complexity to your trades, how are you going to make decisions when things are hectic, right? Trading, there's enough complexity in trading only when it pertains to psychology. God damn it, in the seed modules, I have literally 3 or 4 modules dedicated. Like, if you really think about it, there's so much psychology. I talk about psychology so much, right? There's one module called Thinking Like a Trader where I just focus on psychology. And again, in the risk management module, it's all mostly psychology.
Right? That's right.
Like, there's so much complexity. Keep your trades simple. Keep your analysis simple. And simple horizontals, the mango ribbon, simple moving averages, exponential moving averages. Just keep it simple, man.
Keep it simple. Do it the mango way. Now, I'll be completely honest with you guys, I've yet to kind of master it because I think that even that kind of requires a level of mastery, discipline. I think discipline is the right word to use. But for me, like what I was telling, who was I telling in the seed chat? When I make mistakes, I usually kind of write it down in a diary.
This is diary, guys.
Oh yeah, there we go. and I make rules out of it. So mistakes that have kind of costed me a lot, major mistakes, or mistakes that I find myself kind of making quite often, I just make it a rule. I
just to show you guys how diligent she was, or she has been throughout 2019. This is how much of the book she's filled up. Like, you guys can see her most recent bookmark, and she's gone past it too. I am nowhere as close, as diligent as her. But yeah, she's been impressive with this. This book is there's so much information in here that I don't need to recount my mistakes, because her mistakes are good enough.
You learn from other people's mistakes. So, Shawn, what do you think of back to the charts, by the way?
Bitcoin dominance. Actually.
So this is what I wanted to, because a lot of people have had their eyes on Bitcoin dominance. I don't know why I am on my drawing tool, but a lot of people have had their eyes on Bitcoin dominance. Now I'm going to actually go on to the higher time frames. This is the daily. Allow me to zoom out. Put on that cloud. Now, I've been noticing a couple of, key things over here. The first thing is that, have you been looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart?
I haven't looked at it this weekend.
Right. So, okay. So let's actually just zoom out 2 days. So this is what I was looking at. And I was, getting cute, as Shawn would like to say, with the charts. And
wow.
And I noticed it kind of followed this ascending wedge. Now, this happened. It basically followed it from Jan 2018,
so is
basically
that your
last year.
Over?
So yeah, and I was thinking that could it? Now this is like, I just kind of eyeballed it, of course. It doesn't have to happen this way.
Where'd you get the red horizontal from?
This one, this is the measured move of this ascending wedge. So if you kind of do the measured move of the ascending wedge and you do the breakdown, it comes up to this red line. Now, if we just zoom in to current price action, if you even want to call it that, on the Bitcoin dominance chart.
Did you guys know that you could do that, what you just did? Could you explain to the guy, to everyone? Because I didn't
Okay,
know.
so what it is, by the way, let me know if you guys want a trading view tutorial.
They do actually. Somebody messaged me this morning
I am
asking
totally,
for that.
yeah, I'm totally down to kind of do that. Like, you know, just to show you how to set things up, to show you what tools will help you best in terms of, you know, navigating around your chart, as well as how to set up templates. If that's something that you guys are interested in, just let me know in the comments below. And I will definitely put up a tutorial for that, okay? But yeah, so what that was is basically when you are on, say, the weekly chart and everything just seems so, you know, compressed, and you want to zoom in to a certain piece of price action, you see this button right here. It's like a magnifying glass with a plus sign inside of it. You just hit that button, and then you draw a box around the price action that you want to zoom in on, and boom. That's how you
That's
do
going to
it.
be useful for me.
Yeah, and especially for your analysis, like, you know, you keep it neat. People can see what you're seeing.
Okay, so let's get back onto the analysis.
Okay, yeah, sorry, my bad. So yeah, here we are, Bitcoin dominance, and I noticed that now this is the daily chart. Once again, we're back on the daily, and I noticed that the price, if that's what we want to call it, I'm just going to denote it price. We are being held down by that 21 EMA. If you notice, we've been trying to kind of just get past it, but I think Bitcoin has broken down from some sort of
That's bullish for alts, man.
yeah, it is. I think it's bullish for alts. But the thing is that a lot of times people will look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, especially if Bitcoin dominance is going down, and they immediately draw this correlation between the price of Bitcoin. Now, just because the Bitcoin dominance is dropping does not necessarily mean that the price of Bitcoin is going to drop as well. Okay,
That's a good point. That's a good thing you're highlighting that, because we take that for granted that people will understand that. So what Krisha is saying is that don't look at the Bitcoin dominance chart and assume that this has anything to do with whether Bitcoin is bullish or bearish. Okay, Bitcoin's dominance going up or not, down has nothing to do with it. The way you guys should be looking at it is that, hey, if Bitcoin is bullish, if Bitcoin is in an uptrend, and the dominance is going down, that is extremely bullish for the altcoins.
Yeah.
It means that the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin while Bitcoin is in an uptrend. And guys, that's not happened in a while. It's either or. It's either altcoins go up or Bitcoin goes up, right?
Yeah.
How often do you see altcoins going up faster and Bitcoin also going up fast? Right, this is what's happening right now. This is what that's indicating, and I don't think this has happened since 2017. It's been 3 years since. If we take out this wick low over here,
I don't know. I kind of disagree with you over there. I think this happened actually just last year when Bitcoin was in an uptrend. Okay, now this is before we kind of hit that 14K region, but Bitcoin was very much in an uptrend. We were still holding the daily 21, the 2-day 21 and stuff, and it had a good uptrend going for it. But it was during that time that we actually saw some of the major alts actually rally.
But was Bitcoin dominance going down?
It was. So now that's when you see things like this happen. Now this is just the Bitcoin dominance chart. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, make a couple of assumptions, but you'd see something like this. But Bitcoin was still very much, and see, now this was April, okay? Now Bitcoin had its first 20% move on April 2nd. That was around here. And that's when we actually started to rally. Okay, but then we had this little drawback, then we rallied again, drawback. So I'm saying that Bitcoin can very well keep going up, or can that uptrend can be sustained, but a lot of times the altcoins can rally harder than Bitcoin.
Okay, I'll take her word for it over mine, because she spends more time on looking at these charts than I do. So trust her, guys, when it comes to this. Then
I think a good way to kind of just, you know, understand whether the altcoins are trending harder than Bitcoin is just by looking at the altcoin, the Bitcoin pairings. And when I say Bitcoin pairings, I'm talking about things like LTC BTC, TRX BTC, you know, all the BTC pairings, and really understand whether those charts are bullish or not. And if they are bullish, chances are the altcoins are going to trend harder than Bitcoin in the more intermediate time frame.
Yeah.
At least that's how I look at it. It doesn't that's always have to be like that. But yeah, this is what the Bitcoin dominance is telling us.
Yeah. So if it breaks that, I put that horizontal there, so I'm going to remove it. I don't want to mess up your charts.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, this is the Bitcoin dominance. And what else?
Well, should we talk about your in the TRX trade? We already talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can talk about Bitcoin on the weekly now. We're closing the weekly, so we can just wrap up with that.
Cool beans. Oh, I have something very interesting on this chart right now. I don't know
really?
if...
She has these interesting things that she doesn't tell me about.
No, this is not one of my original sort of thoughts. This is something that I saw online, and I just started kind of doing a bit more sort of research on. If you notice my chart right now, I have this very, very, very large symmetrical triangle, basically on smack on my Bitcoin weekly chart. And I think it does have a bit of merit to it. If you just look at the kind of the volume nodes, I think it is a legit symmetrical triangle that could be playing out on the much higher time frames. Not the concept, but this idea I saw on Twitter. So I don't know. I get excited.
Let me see this.
What are your thoughts?
What's this coming up to? Okay, this actually lines up, right? Like if you're playing simple support and resistance levels, if this level breaks right over here, this level that we were talking about at 11,684, that's going to cause a massive move. That's going to cause fireworks. You can see that this level has been extremely contested on the weekly time frame in the past. Or here you had your bull trap as well, and this is going to be a key area, and that's lining up with this descending line of yours on your triangle. So yeah, so often you're going to see this, right? Often you're going to see the descending trend line of a triangle like this give you an earlier signal than the horizontal. So the horizontal is going to be a little bit more clearer, but it's going to be a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
And you're seeing that right now, because this is if we go straight up from here, it's going to line up perfectly, but that's not what's going to happen, right? We're likely going to do, if we go up, of course, we're going to do something like this, and you're going to see that you're going to have an earlier entry over here if this breaks. And the horizontal, which is what I will be waiting for, is way over here.
Yeah.
Right? So just Control Z all of this mess.
I think either way, you're looking for
this is.
It could be something. As in the person I got it off of on Twitter, I mean, he's been pretty solid with his calls. So definitely someone I follow, and I'm taking his ideas seriously, because he was one of the few people that was actually calling 6,500 Bitcoin when Bitcoin was sitting at 14K, and he's been pretty steadfast with his analysis and stuff. And I respect that. I respect that when everything is bullish, and you have that one guy, that has his analysis.
People are just on a good streak, man, and there's no shame at all in just keeping their hot streak as your edge. I was talking to this professional that's been doing this for like good 25-30 years, and he said that he kept track of one of his close friends who was on a bad streak, he was on a losing streak, and all he did for 7 months was take the opposite side of that guy's trade.
It's gotta be brutal. Yeah. It's gotta be so brutal.
That's how much of a professional he was. He believed that much in an edge that when he found someone who was on a losing streak, he's like, why should I bother with any analysis? I'll just take the opposite side of that guy's trades, and in the long run, I will win. Until that guy started going on a winning streak, and then he flipped it around and found another method. But it's crazy.
You found another guy that was messing up?
No. But this is an example of there's no shame in that. There's no shame. Listen, your job as a trader is to make money out of the markets. Okay, as if you can do it in a simple way, I will clap my hands for you, right? Just do it the mango way, find a simple way, and do it the stress-free way.
If I had to ask you what was your simple way, if you were reduced to just having one indicator, what would you use? Or just like one tool?
One tool. Trend analysis. So now that's not helpful for a lot of people, right?
As in, like, you gotta give us something more to chew on. What is trend analysis?
So if I say being able to identify support and resistance, would that help you? Like, that still requires some skill, right? It's not that easy. Like, I had the support and resistance module on Seed was 4.5 hours long.
Yeah, something ridiculous. I remember it was.
But it's not as simple as people make it out to be, right? You're going to see some people on what's it called, YouTube, just go support here, and their charts are just all messed up. Like, it's not that easy. Okay, but okay, to answer your question, to be a little bit helpful, the 21 exponential moving average on crypto is extremely underrated, and another one is the 12. I never talk about the 12, but the 12 is another one.
Yeah.
That's I'm giving out a little secret here, guys, because it's the weekend. I have a lot of secrets in my bag that I don't often talk about in the public chat.
Even I don't know some of the secrets that he harbors.
I do tell you, but you forget them because I don't keep repeating. So a little insight into Krisha and me, guys. We trade completely separately because in the past we've tried trading together and it's not worked out well at all. We have completely different personalities when it comes to trading, and it just ends up causing
friction.
Yeah.
Between us as traders, at least.
And we don't want friction in our relationship, right? So.
Oh man. But if I were to kind of use one sort of, tool, I'm not gonna say indicator because it's not an indicator. I would just use horizontals on the higher time frames. I'm just talking about plain support and resistance on the higher time frames, and that's it. That if I was kind of reduced to just that one thing, it would be that. I honestly believe, like, at least with crypto, just look at this chart right now.
Actually, on that note,
just look at this.
On that note, this is for those of you who are on the seed program. I'm sorry for those of you who aren't on the seed program, but at the end, so to answer the question that Krisha just asked, what's the one tool you'd use? At the end of the support and resistance module, I give out a secret or a quick way of figuring out your support and resistance.
Yeah.
If you just use that, it's so simple. How much money have you made just from that? When I show up?
A lot.
Oh man, the time I'd figured that one out, that was like, I was like a child on Christmas Day.
Yeah, no, that was gold. I think that was gold. I think that was one of the main sort of takeaways from the support and resistance module. For those of you who are in the
No, it wasn't the main takeaway.
But it is one of the key. I'm saying one of the
okay.
key takeaways, not the main. The key takeaways definitely from the how about this? The key nuggets, the gold nuggets from the support and resistance module. But yeah, if I ever kind of reduced to one thing, it would definitely just be SNR. Just give me one of these lines and I'll be smacking lines everywhere on my chart and just taking trades off of that. Shawn's like, I disagree. 21 EMA, 12 EMA to the rescue.
No, I disagree now completely. I disagree with my answer too. What was my answer though?
You said the 21 EMA and the 12 EMA.
No, I have to disagree, man. You will have to disagree too.
Why?
It's the risk management.
It is.
And we'll talk about that in another video. We'll talk about that in because that's a conversation on its own.
That's an edge. I think that's.
But I actually talked this is so important. It's so important, and I want to talk about that in another video because we need more time. I think this video has been long enough.
Yeah, it has. But yeah, what do you want to say about the weekly time frame, Shawn? Let's zoom in to current price action. Let's put on that cloud, and there we are. And I'm actually going to clear.
This is holy, man, Rohan, if you're watching this video, or Trader Fraser, if you're watching this video, this is ridiculous, eh? We talked about how this was far before this happened, right? We said how crazy would it be if Bitcoin actually does this, respects the cloud and living here. And holy crap, Control Z, please. It's actually done it. It's respecting this is why. So a lot of people think that the Ichimoku is one of the more advanced tools, and I've always disagreed with that. I think the Ichimoku should be a beginner tool because it does all the work for you.
Yeah.
does all the work for you. Now I will do a tutorial or beginner's tutorial on how you guys just need to understand it. I should do that soon. I've just been so busy with seed and stuff, but things are going to lighten up soon, hopefully. But man, this thing is magic, man.
No, the cloud is one of the most powerful.
Like, it went through the side of the cloud, and it got towards the edge over here. It started pumping, right? And it stayed within the cloud.
Yeah.
What you guys aren't understanding, okay, or not fully appreciating, is that this cloud is drawn well in advance. So, like, think about how much of the cloud is already drawn while price is over here.
Yeah.
Right? So this area was drawn while Bitcoin was sitting here. So what, freaking 30 weeks?
Yeah.
30 weeks in advance it predicted how price was going to move.
Yeah.
Generally, of course, but damn.
I think it's definitely one of the more powerful sort of indicators or tools out there. Yeah, and it keeps it super, super simple. I think when it comes to even support and resistance, I think the cloud really nails it. You know, even in terms of the Tenkin and the Kijun.
What we say when we close this week over here, let me take this over again. When we close this week over here, right, this week, right there, this yellow vertical line, we said that this is going to cause an explosive move to the upside. Why? Using cloud theory. And boom, right there. Look at this candle. This candle is explosive. Okay, now because we've lived every single day since, it's been, you're not feeling how explosive this move was, but man, we're going to close this week on Sunday. It's going to be confirmed.
Yeah. That's it's a freaking bullish weekly candle. And now what, we close tomorrow actually.
Yeah.
We close tomorrow, less than 24 hours. Hell, less than 12 hours actually. We close this weekly candle, and I think that's definitely going to be something to watch out for. Now, if you know the theory of that whole the larger symmetrical triangle is true, then I think the whole 10,500 region could very well see a good sort of break of the cloud.
Does that line up with the top of the cloud? Your symmetrical
Let's turn that on.
So
it's
it depends.
here. Yeah, it really depends on how it.
I believe that Bitcoin is going to spend some time in the cloud. I don't think it's gonna, but I could be wrong. Of course, but I don't think it's gonna explode through. So this actually does line up with my theory too. I think now Bitcoin's gonna spend a few weeks.
And then before we.
Who knows though, right? Bitcoin has surprised in the past. So that's that.
So yeah, we will have to wait and watch. But guys, this is what we have for you. Bitcoin USD. There was a lot of rambling here. This is the first time that we have done a whole together.
Spontaneous, eh? By the way, guys, you didn't plan this at all.
Yeah.
Zero planning. So.
But what do you have to say?
We'll see you guys in the next video. Do it the mango way. Do it the stress-free way.
Ciao, guys.